In the season 7 finale of Sisters, Gary is found seemingly unalive, having been stabbed in the heart. Join me as I dive into the drama and excitement of Tyler Perry's Sisters and see if I can keep up with all the twists and turns from seasons 7 and 8. Welcome to C2, where I review my favorite shows, podcasts, posts, and everything else I see that needs to be talked about. Today, we are going to recap Tyler Perry's Sisters seasons 7 and 8. Let's start with what happened in season 7 of Sisters. The season kicked off with the aftermath of Mr. Leland's heart attack, leading to power struggles at the law firm, particularly between Andy and Hayden, who was supported by Gary. You had Andy torn between her past with Jordan and her forced future with Gary. The tension escalates as Jordan and Fatima express concern over Gary's influence and true intentions with Andy. You have Jordan, who decides to man up and confront Gary about his past with Andy, leading to escalating tensions, especially as he learns of Gary's manipulative behavior. Unfortunately for Jordan and his sister Penelope, they are just so naive to how corrupt and dangerous Gary really is. But Penelope effed around and found out. So it's just Jordan who is in the dark, since Andy was sworn to secrecy by Penelope, who is still alive and in WITSEC. As Jordan's concerns for his sister grew, it became harder and harder for Andy to remain quiet, so she revealed the truth, and Jordan didn't take it well at all. I'm sorry, Jordan's lack of street smarts is going to get him unalived. Jordan's distant behavior and Gary's pressure and blackmail was enough to convince Andy to agree to marry him. I guess someone has to protect Jordan, whatever. Then you have Sabrina grappling with her decision to use a sperm donor, which complicates her relationship with Rich. Meanwhile, Damani enters the picture as a potential father figure, stirring up jealousy and insecurity in Rich. And I'm just like, Rich, wasn't it you who said you didn't want children? Dude, make up your mind already. Well, I guess he did when he saw that Damani was willing to put in that work. Now Rich got it together and showed up just in time to claim his woman, but something tells me this will not be the last of Damani. Next, we have Fatima and Zach dealing with their long list of issues, to include baby mama drama ×2. But it seems that Fatima and Karen have reached a turning point, and maybe they are finally on the same page, or at least in the same book. Out of concern for Andy, Fatima was itching to handle Gary. Then, when she found out that Gary has been acting funny with Zach's money, she decides to pay him a little visit. But y'all, in that pivotal moment, Gary had his handler put hands on Fatima. I just knew that we are getting ready to see a cameo appear by Miss Madam herself real soon. Speaking of Karen, she is juggling 2 babies, 2 baby daddies, and the longest pregnancy in history of mankind. So here pops Aaron back to play daddy and brother husband to Zach. Weird. Is it just me, or is everything weird about Aaron? He's a preacher, accountant, counselor, and ex-military, but nothing about his character aligns with any of those titles. I wish that Tyler would include money in the budget to give a little more context to Aaron's real life, especially now since Aaron, you are the father. Just give us a snippet. During the season, we did get a little glimpse into what's going on with him when he is not stalking Karen. It appears that he can't see his children. So that explains why he wanted so badly to be the father of Karen's baby, or should I say babies, despite Zach being the other baby's father. Oh, let me not forget the delivery guy who was flirting with Karen, a 20-month pregnant woman who he didn't know if she was married to the father of her baby. So weird. Like Karen needs another guy to add to her drama, but turns out Trey switched on off like the lights to my girl Pam. She is eating everything he is cooking and serving, but Pam deserves better because it appears that Trey is for the streets. So Pam, can you send him on his way already and pay Karen her money? She needs it because apparently Zach is broke again. Oh, wait, that's on Zatima. Does anyone know the timeline for these 2 shows? I will be breaking down the timeline for both shows and how and when they overlap. So make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. Next, we have Hayden. Is it just me, or is he the most annoying character on this show? I need to know if it is in the script or natural. If it's in the script, he is a really good actor. In season 7, Hayden will do anything and everything to make partner, even Miss Marie. Miss Marie steps on the scene like the boss she is, giving rich auntie with a side of cougar, and quite frankly, I'm not here for it. Rich auntie, yes, but cougar, no. I know it happens every day, but I don't want to see it on my tube. Now I got to give it to Miss Marie. She is a go-getter. She immediately detects Hayden's thirst and uses it to make him her boy toy, which distracts him long enough for Andy to outrun him in the race to partner. He thought he had a shortcut. Well played, ladies. Well played. But when Tamara caught Hayden and Marie in a compromising position, forget the shade. This was the coldest scene of the season. And I'm not talking about the weather. As Marie reads Tamara down from her head to her nasty toes, I heard the song What Goes Around Comes Around by Justin Timberlake in my head. But the nerve of Tamara to play the victim to Hayden's situation when she has a whole nasty thing going on with scary Gary. Really, Tamara. Then we have Danny, who seems to finally start to grow up in season 7. She is slowly departing from her immature ways and destructive behavior. She goes from dumping Preston because of his skin color and culture to dating a whole single divorced father with 2 children, just as she tries to wrap her mind around being a potential future stepmom. She meets the ex. More What Goes Around Comes Around playing in my head. Danny, that's your karma for judging Preston and kicking Karen while she was down. But I'm thinking, how can someone like Danny, who is known for running from relationship to situationship, not run from this family drama? It looked like Danny is up for the challenge, and I see a rude awakening in her future if she lets her selfishness, jealousy, envy, and pride get in the way of what could be a solid relationship with Tony. Even though I'm still Team Preston, I realize that he deserves better than the version of Danny that he got. Then we have Maurice being Maurice, the shady bestie that talk about you behind your back, but still got your back. Actually, Maurice will talk about you in your face. I'm just happy he got his job back and isn't doing some strange to get some change. He's back at the bank being noisy and rude, just like we like him. Besides getting the tea on everyone else, he has rebooted an old fling. After everything he went through with Q, you would think he would take a long break from dating. None of the sisters on this show make good decisions when it comes to dating. So Maurice is no exception. I don't know, this new boo has Maurice super vulnerable. I hope he doesn't end up in jail, the hospital, or worse. Then season 8 picks back up with Gary found seemingly unalived on his wedding day, and the FBI is investigating. Andy and the entire circle are being interrogated about the incident. The FBI agent, Agent Watt, questions each potential suspect individually, probing their relationships with Gary and hinting at their motives. Andy struggles to share the full truth about her blackmail situation with Gary, while others like Danny and Sabrina face their own demons during the questioning. Danny remains unfazed and even expresses her desire for violence against Gary, while Zach defends Fatima when she is brought into the investigation. As the episode unfolds, the shocking truth was revealed. Gary is still alive, but is fighting for his life after the stabbing. Were y'all surprised? I mean, if Penelope survived with that horrific crime scene, then how could Gary not? I'm just saying. In the second episode, the aftermath of Gary's attack continues to unfold and secrets start to unravel within the friend group. As they all process their involvement and feelings about Gary's stabbing, tensions rise. Andy's struggle to come clean about her past with Gary deepens, especially as she grapples with the implications of the murder investigation. Meanwhile, Hayden's shady dealings come into focus as he tries to distance himself from the chaos surrounding Gary's situation. He seems eager to leave town, suggesting he may have more to hide. Relationships among the group become strained as suspicions rise, particularly surrounding who had the most motive to try to take out Gary. So that's the recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7 and Season 8, Episodes 1 through 2. Hope you enjoyed. Join me in the next video where we are going to put on our detective hats and uncover who really unalived Gary. Thanks for watching.